everyone, welcome to this beginner-friendly crochet tutorial where I'll be showing you how to make this really beautiful and functional book sleeve. This project is perfect for anyone who loves books and wants to protect them with handmade touch. Don't worry if you're new to crochet, I'll guide you through each step, from picking the right yarn to changing colors and creating a snug, stylish sleeve for your book. So grab your yarn, hook, and let's get started. For this project you will need two different colors of yarn. I'm using 100% cotton yarn with a 3mm hook, but you can use any type of yarn you prefer. Just make sure to match the hook size to your yarn, which you can find on the yarn label. You will also need a cross-stitch needle and the book you are making the sleeve for. That's all you need to get started. To start a project, you need to make a slip knot as I show in the video. First, take your yarn and make a loop, then pull the working yarn through the loop to create a slip knot. Place the slip knot on your crochet hook and tighten it so snug, but not too tight. Next, yarn over by wrapping the yarn from back to front over your hook. The yarn should sit in the groove of the hook. Pull it through the loop that's already on your hook. Now you've made one chain stitch. Keep repeating the yarn over and pull through to make more chain stitches. Remember to keep your tension so the stitches are the same size. Now we're going to chain enough stitches to match the length of the book. To do this, simply create a long chain, checking it against the spine of your book as you go. Keep chaining until the chain is the same length as the book. Important! Make sure the total number of chains is a multiply of 3, then subtract 1. So for example, if you chain 12, subtract 1, and your total will be 11. If you chain 15, subtract 1, and your total will be 14. This means your final number should be something like 11, 14, 17, and so on. If you're getting close to the length you need, but the number isn't a multiply of 3, minus 1, just add or remove a couple of stitches to make it work. Now we have our foundation chain ready, let's move on to making double crochets. To begin the first row, skip the first 3 chains from your hook. Wrap the yarn over your hook, so you have 2 loops on the hook. Now insert your hook into the 3rd chain from the hook. Yarn over again and pull through the chain. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over once more time and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. Now you have 2 loops left. Finally, yarn over again and pull through the remaining 2 loops. You've just completed a double crochet. Repeat the same process, yarn over, insert into the next chain and work your double crochets across the entire foundation row. Once you've made double crochets all the way across your foundation chain, you'll reach the last stitch. Instead of making just 1 double crochet, you will make 5 double crochets in the same stitch. This will create a rounded corner so we can continue on the other side of the chain. Now turn your work and continue doing double crochets along the other side of the foundation chain. While you're working on this side, you can hide the yarn tail by laying it along the chain and crocheting over it as you go. This will save you time from weaving it in later. When you get to the last stitch on the other side, make 5 double crochets in that stitch to round off the second corner. It's time to join your work to complete the row. Insert your hook into the top of that third chain, yarn over and pull through both loops of your hook. This is called a slip stitch and it closes the row. And just like that, you have finished your first row. Let's move on to the second row. Start by making 3 chains again. These 3 chains count as your first double crochet for the new row. Work 2 more double crochets into the same stitch where you made 3 chains. You should now have a total of 3 double crochets in this stage. For the third double crochet, leave 2 loops on your hook. This is crucial for changing colors. Switch to your new yarn. Take your new yarn, yarn over with it, and pull through the 2 loops on your hook, just like I did in the video. This completes the color change. Continue with the new yarn. Work 3 more double crochets into the same stitch, making sure to leave 2 chains from the previous row. While doing this, hide the tail of the old yarn and the beginning tail of a new yarn by crocheting over them. Leave 2 loops on your hook when you are ready to make your next color change. Continue across the row, changing colors after every 3 double crochets. To change colors, repeat previous steps. Leave 2 loops on your hook for the color change, switch to the new yarn and work 3 double crochets with the new color. Finish the row with a slip knot as we did in the previous row. For the third row, we'll be working without changing colors. Start with 3 chains. After making the 3 chains, work 2 more double crochets into the same gap between the sets of 3 double crochets from the previous row. This will give you a total of 3 double crochets in the gap. Move to the next gap. Find the next gap between the sets of 3 double crochets from the previous row and work 3 double crochets into that gap. Repeat across the row. Continue working 3 double crochets in each gap between the sets of 3 double crochets from the previous row. Finish with slip stitch. By the end of this row, you will have a series of 3 double crochets in each gap, creating a beautiful textured pattern. For the fourth row, we will change colors just like we did in the second row. Start with 3 chains again. Work 2 more double crochets into the same stitch where you made 3 chains. You should now have a total of 3 double crochets in this stitch. Then leave 2 loops on your hook. This is crucial for changing colors. Switch to your new yarn and pull through 2 loops on your hook. This completes the color change. Continue with a new yarn. Work 3 more double crochets into the same stitch, making sure to leave 2 chains from the previous row. While doing this, hide the tail of the old yarn, chain over them. And with slip stitch. For the fourth row, we'll be working without changing colors, but this time with a new color. Start with 3 chains, work 2 more double crochets into the same stitch. Then move to the next gap between the sets of 3 double crochets from the previous row and work 3 double crochets into that gap. Repeat across the row, working 3 double crochets in each gap between sets of double crochets from the previous row. To finish the row, make a slip stitch into the top of the 3 chains you made at the beginning of the row to join your work and close the round. For the next row, we'll do everything just like we did in the previous row, with the same color without changing. Follow a pattern by alternating between rows where you change colors and rows where you don't, just like we've been doing. Keep repeating these steps until your sleeve is long enough to fit your book perfectly. Once you're happy with the length, your crochet book sleeve will be complete. If you want to add some space without the diamond pattern like I did, you can do it easily. For example, I added 2 more rows using the first color of yarn. To do this, just repeat the same steps as before, but use only one color for a couple of rows. This will give your sleeve a solid section without the pattern. Once your sleeve is the right length, it's time to add the clasp. Visualize where the bottom of your sleeve will be. Make a chain for the clasp, ensuring it's long enough to reach from the top of the sleeve to the bottom. Slip stitch to secure the chain at the center where the clasp will be positioned. Work single crochets across the top of your sleeve. Skip over the chain stitches for the clasp. Finish with a slip stitch to close the row. To complete your crochet book sleeve, simply sew the bottom shut using needle. That's it, you've finished your crochet book sleeve. If you have followed along, your sleeve should now fit your book perfectly with a stylish clasp to keep it secure. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed making this crochet book sleeve with me. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more beginner-friendly crochet projects. Happy crocheting! I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!